Good evening, all. Welcome to Billionaire. This is Raghu here. Let's review another Nifty chart and try and see how we could have traded today, and also see what will be in for tomorrow. Right. So today was most of the range bound day. Yes, we had a gap up, and if you recall, yesterday I had told in the video that if there is a gap up, then there is all possibility that market can go in a range bound without giving nothing. So I said it if it's a huge gap up, but still we had a little gap up, and since market is in exhaustion phase, maybe due to expiry, market did not go into any kind of trend, because the way we need to understand is market is always divided between buyers and sellers. So far still we have buyers and sellers fighting in between. Now whether somebody is distributing it at higher price or not, it's a different argument. But when you keep it simple, all you need to see is there is still confusion and nobody seems to be winning. That's the reason market is sideways. Whether it's a gap up or gap down, still it's going in sideways. When do we get a trend? When one of these forces, either buyers or sellers, overcome each other. Like I said, if all the buyers book profit, then price will start, there will be a supply created, and supply will be overwhelming the demand, and price will start falling. Now when can this happen? When price breaks previous day low or last 2-3 days range, then you can anticipate some kind of strong momentum where you can take that little bit extra risk and hold your trade to capture maximum money. Now how much I did today, right? As usual today, uh, it was a good day for me. And basically when market is trending, you can make this much amount of money. I did have around what in CE around 4k 8 points, but I waited for stop loss above R1 pivot. It came and hit the stop loss because I thought it was worth waiting to see whether from R1 to R2 it can go. In fact, I had bought near previous day high, but still hit the stop loss. That's how the market works. Once the stop loss was hit, I knew that market is changing the direction. I entered in that direction, made this much amount of money by 11 a.m. So this is where I was talking about previous day high. Here I went. R1 was broken. It's always, I told you, where does the smart money enters? Above R1. And based on our yesterday's uh, video, I said if market sustains above 18,250, the target should be 18,300, right? This was the target. So I thought market might attempt 8,300, but unfortunately we had an evening star, and this should have been my exit point. Still I waited to see if market comes down. When it started falling, I decided, okay, let me exit, and exited. But anyway, how we could have traded today? In simple terms, you have floor pivots. This is the floor pivots. Above R1 buy, below R1, it will test the CPR. You have previous day high and CPR, but the distance between R1 previous day high and CPR is small, so it is untradable. So when you keep it this way, right? What is R4? Above R4 is a breakout, below R4 is a selling point. And above R3 is buying, below R3 is selling point. S3 is buying point, S4 is buying point. When you view pivots this way, and when you see this evening star, R4 is a strong resistance. Either you can target R3 or you can target S3 after the breakdown. Now after this strong red candle, you saw a strong green candle, and here market started going up, and the target, if you keep, even if you're scalping, the way you need to view is the next target is R3. It's in a range bound. You need to what guess, or educated guess, looking at the way market formed this kind of strong green bar. Look what happens here. Same thing. After a strong red candle near buying area, you have a strong green candle, so market would have gone to R3. This is exactly how you need to trade, keeping all the price action candles in view near the pivots. Now let's quickly identify how does the pivot looks for tomorrow, right? I'm going to remove everything and keep only tomorrow's pivots. Okay, this is tomorrow's pivots. Let's remove this thing. Right now, this is where tomorrow's R1 is 18,190, and this is where Sorry, this is S1, R1, 18,298, 18,300 is the R1, 18,190 is the S1. Now below this, when you see, you know, we have some buying area here. If you see 15 minutes trend, okay, you don't need any pivots. When the market was falling today, if you have identified these areas, this is from yesterday, right? Wick to body, because this is where market came and buying happened. If you mark this, when this candle touches and start retracing, you know this is a buying area, you will exit. I had taken a trade here, 12 points I booked. That's what my last trade. When I saw here, when the market hit here, I exited. Right? This is how you need to visualize. They are the supply areas where, sorry, demand areas where people will start buying. Now below this, where else you see certain demand areas? See, this is a sharp reversal pin bar here. So if the momentum is strong, everything will break. Now below this is your double top and gap fill. Gap fill is here. So any gap fill I have told you will act as what? It will act as support if the price is coming from the top. So hope you can see the levels here. I will tell you the level once again. I've given the levels upside. R1 is at 18,300. So our high is at 18,269. If today's high is broken, you need to target 18,298, 18,300. If price starts sustaining above R1, the next target will be 18,338. Right? I'm not anticipating a huge upside tomorrow. I will give you a reason. I might be wrong, but I'll justify it with the price action. All right. Downside. So if price starts sustaining below today's low at 18,158, you have a small area downside 18,143, 18,128. So free fall will be below 18,128 towards 18,079 and 18,059. Remember, the small gaps will be achievable, but you need a very big volume to break everything and go ahead towards fulfilling the gap. So these are the levels for tomorrow. Now, why do I feel that there is not much upside? This is something you need to understand here, right? Or let me show it here itself. Before that, do not forget the Virgin CPR. Whenever the Virgin CPR is there, price will tend to test it. So we have the gap and Virgin CPR very close by. So this Virgin CPR level is 18,022. So you can keep 18,022. If below 18,059, it can go till 18,022, 18,000 level. Remember, 18,000. If there is a huge crack, understand the crack will happen below what? Below 18,128. Below 18,128, if you see big red bars, go for 18,000 target. Remember this, right? Now let me remove everything. Will it be confusing? I keep opening. Okay, let me do this one. I'm going to retain that level so that we can review tomorrow. And as said, I'm going to bring you 3 learning videos where you can clearly learn and understand the price action. So what am I showing you here is, so if you observe, how is the daily candle has formed? Reversal pin bar. Now when this pin bar happens at the bottom, okay, proper pin bar, any timeline, it will always be a buying. See here, gap up. But when the same pin bar forms at the top, the way you need to understand it, this is for people who think every pin bar is a buying opportunity. The way you need to understand is, price fell, this is at the top, market tried to buy all the fall, but however, The bias did not have enough strength to form a small or big green body. So what does it mean? Yes, they bought everything at the top. This is happening at the top. If the momentum of buying was so strong, at least it should have formed a small green body. So we have medium body, the body becomes small, the next body becomes even small. Now we have even smaller body, there's no body at all, kind of doji. So which means that buyers are getting exhausted. Now, does this means that we need to go short? No, definitely not. You need to, the shorting levels pivot will tell you below CPR, below S1, or if a huge gap up above H4, below H4 Camarilla pivot, below H3 Camarilla pivot. So you will be able to understand what are the selling areas on the pivots. But purely based on this or based on the market, do not tend to go short, right? Never go short. After this, for price action, we need a red candle body, a decent red candle body. If it happens tomorrow, then we need to anticipate market will correct. That is how you need to see. Hope this was useful, but here I want to show you something else. So this is a 1 hour candle, 1 hour time frame, right? What do you see here? Price almost at same level, price going higher high, market is lower low. If you watch it in 30 minutes, it will be even better. So this is RSI negative divergence. So RSI is forming a negative divergence. When do you have the confirmation on negative divergence is when the trend line gets broken. Either you can choose 15 minutes trend line or longer time frame trend line is 15 minutes for intraday. If this trend line breaks and here RSI trend line breaks at the same level, then you have a higher probability of market going down. Even if the peaks are at the same level and the peaks at RSI is diverging, it needs to be considered as divergent. Now, what is the divergence means? RSI is a momentum indicator. Even with this big green candle to the same level, the momentum was not so good. Yes, candle moved, but there was no conviction in this moment. That is how you need to understand. So we have divergence as well, but this alone, as said, does not help us to go short. Watch the Camarilla pivot. They are the beautiful magic pivots. In any day you can trade. See here. This is what R4. What is this? R5. Above R5 is a breakout. So always price tends to go up. Above R4 buy. Breakout above R5 is a breakout. What about here? Above R3 buy, below R3 sell. So you can just wait and take the trade whenever it falls. When you, the game is the way you need to understand. This is the last bit I'm going to share you. The way trading works is there are only two possibilities. There's no draw. Either you win or either you lose. So when you have this kind of probability, you should keep aside your fear and try to trade using the pivots. So R3 above is a buying area, R3 below is a selling area. Either you can implement scalping, you can go for long if price is above previous day's range, and hold it with trend, ongoing trend or daily trend, hourly trend, whatever you're following. But if you're afraid that you will lose, then I think this is not the field for you. Honestly, check yourself. You have to practice and overcome fear. Yes, even I do suffer from fear, but the only way we can trade in the market is by taking the trades fearlessly with higher probability areas. So you take a trade here, it came back and hit your stop loss. I had a stop loss today. It's normal. It's absolutely normal. Nothing to worry about. Hope this helped, and let me try and bring in a change in your trading career by getting more learning videos. You can anticipate a very great learning videos in the next 3 days, and please do subscribe, encourage us, because we are not expecting anything other than sharing our learning and making everybody make money. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.